Mist clings to Loch Leven like a shroud. Grey water laps silently against the castle walls, cold and indifferent. Within those walls, Mary, Queen of Scots, sits trapped not by chains alone, but by betrayal, scandal, and the weight of her crown. A queen in title, but a prisoner in reality. Her hands, once commanding armies and courts, are idle, pale against the cold stone of her cell. Every sound echoes, footsteps, distant voices, the creak of doors. Each echo carries a warning. One misstep, and her freedom, already fragile, will be lost forever. Yet Mary is not a woman accustomed to helplessness. Beneath the silk gowns and regal dignity beats a heart hardened by politics, ambition, and survival. Fear is present, yes, but it is interlaced with calculation. Every glance, every thought, every whisper is weighed against danger. The world outside is unaware of her plight. The loch appears peaceful, almost serene, but it is a cage, and its stillness is deceptive. Isolation gnaws at her mind, sharpening desire for freedom and igniting desperation. Even surrounded by stone and guards, Mary's will remains unbroken. The castle is a labyrinth of risk, yet within her, a plan begins to form. Survival demands ingenuity, courage, and a willingness to risk everything in the shadow of near-certain peril. By night, shadows become allies. Mary speaks in hushed tones to the few loyal attendants she trusts. Every word is a seed of possibility, every gesture a rehearsal for action. Maps are memorized, routes traced, boat schedules studied. Every detail is considered, every scenario imagined. To escape is not a whim, it is necessity. Every day trapped here tightens the noose of disgrace, danger, and political decay. Her ambition fuels courage, and her mind calculates risks like a chessboard. Guards patrol in predictable patterns, yet vigilance is a deadly illusion. A misstep, a single glance, or the faintest rustle of fabric could betray her. The loch's dark waters are both obstacle and potential path to freedom, but only if skill and daring prevail. Her reflection in the cold water is a reminder. Even queens are mortal. Beauty, power, and royalty offer no immunity from danger. Survival is an intricate puzzle, one that requires nerve, deception, and timing beyond human instinct. Mary knows she cannot rely solely on luck. Every plan must outwit eyes, ears, and judgment, while ambition pushes her toward the impossible. Desperation and hope are now inseparable. Failure is humiliation or death, yet the chance of freedom is irresistible. Dawn breaks with a pale, fragile light. Mary dresses not in silks or furs, but rags disguised as a common washerwoman. The transformation is stark, deliberate, and full of calculated risk. Every fold of fabric hides her features, every motion masks her posture. Yet, even in rags, there is an elegance, a subtlety of movement that betrays a queen who has ruled. She moves through hallways lined with stone, avoiding guards' eyes, controlling her breathing, counting each heartbeat. Each step is a dance with danger, each glance over her shoulder a test of nerve. The boat waits, and with it, the chance at freedom, but the path is narrow, fraught with exposure. Every instinct whispers, "Be still, be invisible. One mistake will destroy everything." Her mind rehearses every scenario: the guard who lingers too long, the floorboard that creaks underfoot, the rope that could betray her presence. Yet ambition is stronger than fear. To remain a prisoner is to surrender everything she has ever commanded, every kingdom she has known, every piece of herself. Mary's fingers clutch the rags, pale hands hidden, but even this concealment is fragile, human, and vulnerable. The boatman's eyes meet hers, a heartbeat, a breath, a silent pause that stretches into eternity. His gaze lingers on her hands, white and delicate beneath the rags. Recognition strikes instantly, like a dagger to the chest. The illusion shatters. Fear erupts. Time slows. The carefully crafted disguise collapses in an instant. Every movement now carries the weight of impending doom. Mary feels the eyes of the world upon her, even in this isolated loch. Her mind races, considering escape, confrontation, negotiation, but the moment has passed. The boatman knows. The guards will be alerted, and the dream of freedom slips like water through fingers. Even in failure, the moment reveals her strength. Panic is present, but so is clarity. She calculates, adapts, and steels herself against despair. The human cost of ambition is brutal. Risk and reward are inseparable. One tiny flaw-exposed white hands was enough to transform hope into night. Mary is queen no longer in this moment. She is mortal, exposed, and surrounded by enemies. Yet, even in the shadow of imminent capture, her spirit refuses to break. Ambition burns brighter than fear. Guards close in, Mary retreats, but her mind is already moving, plotting her next attempt. The loch's waters shimmer coldly, mocking, yet also whispering of future possibilities. Defeat is immediate, tangible. The first escape has failed, but her will remains intact. Isolation returns. Stone walls close around her once more. Shadows of betrayal and ambition haunt the corners of her cell. Every failed attempt sharpens resolve. Every risk teaches patience, calculation, and courage. Freedom is never given. It is seized at tremendous cost. Mary sits, gazing at the cold grey loch, reflection fragmented in rippling water. Her hands, once exposed and discovered, now rest quietly, pale but strong. Failure is heavy, yet ambition endures. In the quiet, a plan begins anew. Danger is inevitable, but so is her resolve. The price of ambition is fear, exposure, and repeated risk, but Mary, Queen of Scots, has never been one to yield to circumstance. Alone in her cold stone cell, Mary sits silently, the grey loch stretching endlessly beyond the walls. The failed escape lingers, not only as a moment of humiliation, but as a mirror to her own ambition. Every decision, every risk, every daring step toward freedom carries a price: physical, mental, and emotional. Her hands, once the instruments of power, are fragile reminders of mortality and human vulnerability. She reflects on the delicate balance between courage and recklessness. Ambition drives her forward, but it is tempered by fear that even queens cannot outrun. The boatman's gaze, the one detail that betrayed her, becomes a symbol. The tiniest oversight can undo years of strategy, and the human mind must always reconcile desire with consequence. Yet, in this reflection, there is resilience. Mary recognizes that failure does not erase ambition, it sharpens it. Survival, even in defeat, is a testament to cunning and courage. The castle walls may contain her body, but not her mind. Every failed attempt is a lesson, every setback a preparation for the next daring move. Mary understands the cost of freedom, the physical strain, the constant vigilance, the ever-present danger, but she also understands the necessity. True ambition always flirts with risk. True courage is measured not in success alone, but in the willingness to confront fear, to rise after failure, and to pursue what others deem impossible.